something pretty unique about women plumbers. I started Stopcocks Women Plumbers. In 1990, there were a handful of women plumbers at that point. I was Stopcock's Woman Plumber. In 2006, I rebranded as Stopcock's Women Plumbers, and decided that what I wanted to do was make an impact in the world that I wasn't seeing. Customers were, not being served properly, and that was what I stood for. So I tried to look for a way to reach customers and reach plumbers and reach women and change the way our system is so that more women could become plumbers. I started a network of online for women plumbers, and it was like, yeah, okay, so I'll go here and I'll find a plumber there and I'll find one there, because we are very, few and far between still after 21 years. And the KPI program came along, and it was like, okay, now here is where I can start to really make an impact. And for me, I needed to be a KPI, because my message was so big and so vast, and the difference I wanted to make in the world in terms of water, not only here but everywhere, was so important to me, and a legacy that I wanted to leave, that I needed to be a person of influence. And so when the KPI program came along and when Dan told me about it, I was like, yes, where do I sign? How do I start? What do I get in? The first part of the program, obviously the pitch, I realized I wasn't just a crazy lady who bent pipes. That there was something, there was really something in what I was wanting to do. There are two books that I carry around with me everywhere. If you look in my bag, you'll find them. One of them is Mike's Find Your Light Bulb. The other was added recently, which is Dan's Become a Key Person of Influence. And at the end of January, I added a third, The Joy of Plumbing. The Joy of Plumbing is not about plumbing. It's a guide to living the life you really, really want. It was a way that I could get my message to universities, to schools. As I started writing this book, I stood on the bridge, and I looked at I could see the inner circle as I started writing it. And when I finished writing it, I kind of walked to the edge of the bridge. But at the end of January the 21st, when the first box arrived, and I took it out lovingly out of the box and cuddled it like you do, stroked it, I saw, literally, put my foot on the bridge, and I felt myself walking over the bridge into KPIdom. What does that mean? Well, what that means is, when you're in a room full of people, and you think, what I want to do is I want to talk to Karen Brady. You know Karen Brady? And somebody picks out their phone and says, I've got that number. Here it is. When you're then walking the dog and you think, I'll just phone Karen Brady. And you do. And she picks up. This morning I had a look at YouTube. I've been making tutorial videos. I looked at YouTube and I made a video called Installing a Radiator. 7,500 views. Wow. I've been asked to speak to people all over the world about living the life you really, really want if you're a woman. My aim for this book is for it to go into every university, every secondary school. I talk to schools. I talk to universities about entrepreneurship, women entrepreneurs. In the meantime, back in my hometown, Stopcocks, my own little branch of Stopcocks, is still going ahead, is still looking after my customers. My national network is now, I am in such a position now that I can go out there and seek the funding I need to build the platform. That means that by the end, probably, my prediction is by the end of 2011, any one of you wanting to find a woman plumber will be able to look on stopcox.net and find one, or stopcox.co.uk.